Right. Oh, that's what the prophecy says. Men shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. That's in the book of Daniel. So run to and fro means you, like the brother said, you're able to talk to someone in Hawaii like it's nothing. Yeah. Then you could go from talking to someone in Hawaii to someone in Russia like it's nothing. Yeah.
So I'm just out here visiting.
One of the special abilities of a unicorn is communicate telepathically or non-verbally.
Which is made up anything.
But that's made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, bring that.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the first time. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Yeah, we're waiting for that time when Michael stands up. That's when the so-called white man, when they're going to bring their armies against the Lord. So the angels and the Lord, they're going to have, like when the scriptures say there was war in heaven, that's what that's talking about. The so-called white man, his armies go up against the armies of the Lord, which is the Lord and the angels. You don't have to. Go ahead.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
Time of trouble. And that's also written in Jeremiah 37. Jacob's trouble. Yeah,
Even to the same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered.
At that time thy people shall be delivered, Lord.
Everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Right, another name for that is the elect, chosen. All right, first fruits. All right.
Yeah, this is not a thing where our job is to wake up as many Israelites. No, because the only ones that's going to wake up are the ones that the Most High put that mark in their head.
Right.
You know?
Church of the firstborn. Going to many names.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Right.
They're like for life. And then we saw in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to see them in the kingdom of heaven. That's how we know that all of them are going to make it in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
And they're going to put their head down when they see us, man. Because all that fighting that they did against us, and they're going to realize that they're actually Israelites, you're not going to feel good. You know?
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that
I'm sorry, that dust represents Kemetic bullshit, Islam, Jehovah's Witness, Roman Catholic. You know what I'm saying? And then even guys in other camps like the ISUBK and Dopey and IUIC, all those guys that are following these guys talking shit about us, they're gonna have their heads down too.
And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. And they that turn many to righteousness.
Oh, and they that turn many to righteousness, man. You had guys that were like, the religion of Islam or Kemetic, or most of us came out of the Christian church. So there was nothing righteous about the Baptist or the Methodist or Roman Catholic. So we were the ones that turned you many to righteousness, man. Okay?
As the stars forever and ever.
That's another thing, brother. The kingdom of heaven, we're going to have a glow. We're going to have a glow around us.
But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Even to the time, which we're in that time now, the end of the so-called white man system, the end of his kingdom.
You know what it means by seal? Yep. Anybody tell me what it means by seal?
Seal with this knowledge?
No, seal means it's closed up, it's locked.
Oh, okay. So.
Back in the ancient world, you even watch certain movies in like the 1600s when they used to send letters. They would write the letter, they would fold the letter, and then they would take wax, and they would have a signet, and they would take the candle wax, and they would put it on the part where it's folded, right? And then they would put a seal on it. Now, when somebody passes it on to somebody else, if the seal's broken, they know that somebody got to that secret. Okay? Yep. When the guy gets a letter to and the seal is on there, that wax, that means it's for him, nobody open it up. So it's between me and this guy who sent it to me. So that's what this book was, it's sealed. So now it's being, how's it being opened? How's it been? You could have read this book back 500 years ago, but you couldn't break down what the beast represents, the mark of the beast. Help me out. Give me some, the fact who mark of the beast, the fact who Esau is, who Jake is, and so forth. All right? In other words, the Most High is using us. The Most High gave this to us, give this to y'all, give this to other people. Okay?
But thou, O Daniel, shut up the word and seal the book even to the time of the end.
So now, don't you have, you can't even keep up with all the Israelite groups. And I'm not talking about GMS, I'm talking about the ISUPK, I'm talking about the IUIC, I'm talking about Dopey, I'm talking about the LOI, the GOCC, the HODC, outright HODC, a thug, right? Yep. Which they should change their name. That kind of, I mean, that's them, but that gives you raw, but you're not committing any sin. But I wouldn't use that. You know, it gives off a bad vibe, you know? Like it's a gang. We're not a gang, man, you know? But anyway, you got all these different groups out here, and of all these different groups, the big thing is you got to have camps in other states, right? ISUPK, don't they got camps? Let's say ISUPK Virginia, ISUPK DC, ISUPK Florida, ISUPK Ohio, GMS Chicago, GMS LA. Yeah, well, there's a couple of GMS camps out there on the West Coast, man. GMS Toronto, GMS Bobby Mont. There's a couple of camps in Canada, man. GMS Hawaii, GMS Jamaica, Trinidad, Alaska, Germany, London, England. There's 3 camps, GMS camps. Then you got the GOCC, they got camps out there. So this word, see, we got different philosophies or different doctrines, but we're all speaking the same thing. Where's the sign, man?
Bring it over there. Right over there. Slide over.
Now, when Nate got on YouTube, right, and he started kind of blowing up a little bit, he had the sign out there, man, because he really didn't believe in the sign. And you know what made him go back to the sign? Us. We were getting on his ass. And he finally brought the sign back out. So now we're getting on him with that name. But he's bucking against that. All right, go ahead.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Knowledge is what? This technology, man. We couldn't, without the web, without the unicorn, satellite technology, there's no way in the hell we could have got to all these people, man. They said, will the unicorn help thee, or will he abide at thy crib? And that word crib goes back to the Latin, manja, which means manger, which is the eater. In other words, you go on YouTube, I could have made a video, like a classic video 3 years ago, and you want to kind of refresh your memory on that video, and you put the thing in, it'll just pop up. And it'll say 3 years ago it was put up, 4 years ago it was put up. All right? And when we first got on YouTube, I did a thing called The Pure Truth Concerning Hell. And that's when brothers were just coming in of the different states. And now everybody's watching that video. Because everybody was taught that if you die and you're not right, you're going to burn in hell. But you still got camps that are teaching, the GOCC, they're teaching that you can burn in hell, man. They're teaching, the guy Elder Gabar, the GOCC, said that there's going to be 2 million angels that's going to accompany Christ. Can anybody tell me where that's in the scriptures? It ain't nowhere in the scriptures. Now you know what scripture he was going by, right? Revelation 9. Matter of fact, go to that. Either you or you. Revelation 9 and around like 14.
Revelation 9 and verse 14. Saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the 3rd part of men. And the number
Esau represent the 3rd part of men. You got sons of men, sons of the Most High, and sons of the wicked, right? So they represent the sons of the men, which are wicked. Go ahead.
Right. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000,
Which is 2 million. It ain't talking about angels. It's talking about missiles. Go ahead.
And I heard the number.
Somebody hold me, Joel 2.
And thus I saw the horses in the vision. And
See, they think it's angels because they're saying, oh, see the angels got on the horses. Go ahead. It said the Lord was going to come down on a white horse. But then there's other scriptures saying that he won't come down in a so-called UFO. So what does a horse represent? It represents power. Let's say a guy on a big Clydesdale horse come walking down with the horse. You're going to move out the way. Because the horse is going to walk over you. Horses represent power. Okay?
And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire.
So they're thinking it's angels sitting on these horses. Go ahead.
Having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. And by these three...
You guys are crazy, man. You niggas at GOCC are crazy. Go ahead.
By these three was the third part of men killed, by fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. Their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents. And had
So the angels got tails now? It's talking about the ICBM, all right? The power issues, they have mouths like lions. What's a lion? They tear you up with their mouth, right? Their powers in their heads and in their tails. Tails are for what? This is the propel the rocket from one continent to another. Okay? That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
Right. For their powers in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, never
That's it on that. Go to, right, by this plague. By this plague. Go to Joel 2.
Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound in the...
Are we doing that? Y'all are Zion. What does the word Zion mean? You know I always put you on the spot. What does the word, by a show of hands, what does Zion mean? Same hands go up. Well, what's it mean? Represent Israel. What does it mean? You just said that.
Monument.
Come on now. Monument. What is a monument? It's something that you remember. When the Most High looks at us in our dead state, the reason why he's going to deliver us, because he remembered us. Okay?
America's not Zion.
Oh, hell no.
America's Sodom and Gomorrah. Pass that faggot.
Right.
You don't like faggots. Well, I'm a man after your own heart. No, I hate him.
Dislike your life.
I hate him. I don't like your life. Well, I don't go deeper than that. I hate them. I hate them niggas, man. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
It says,
White niggas.
blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Are we doing that?
Done.
When have we came out and said we're going to have a picnic or a cookout? We ain't came out here to have a good time with you guys. We came out here to push this word out, man. Read that again. Now, when you sound an alarm, that means something getting ready to happen that's going to jack you up. So we're telling you, you got to get ready, get prepared, wake up, get ready to run, stretch, whatever the hell you want to duck.
What's an alarm? Alarm is something to wake you up. Alert you.
When the enemy comes, you alarm them. And but the way you alarm them is by a trumpet, man. It tells you that in 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter.
It's a warning.
There's certain trumpet sounds to call in the people for certain high holy days. And there's certain sounds that when you hear that sound, the enemy's coming. So when we're blowing the trumpet now, we're telling you that the enemy's coming.
That's right. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
And then that tremble. You know when they're going to start trembling? when all hell with Jacob trouble kicks in. Go ahead.
It says, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at
So
hand.
we know they're talking about the day of the Lord. When the day of the Lord comes, that's the destruction of America and the destruction of this white man's world. Okay? The white man will have an end. It's right around the corner. This guy, faggot ass. Right there. Go ahead.
A day of darkness and of gloominess.
A day of darkness and of gloominess. Go ahead.
A day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Go ahead.
As the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong.
That great people and the strong, REI used to say, it was talking about Israel waking up and killing white people. The great people and the strong is talking about missiles. Go ahead.
They have not been ever the like.
Wait a minute. If it's talking about Israel, from the beginning of Israel, going back 2,000 years, 5,000, 3,000 years, 3,500 years, 5,000 years, instead of people, there's going to be a particular people that was never like any other people. So we know it's not talking about Israel.
Right.
Go ahead.
People.
Neither shall be any more after it.
So these people are going to come do some stuff, then they're going to disappear into the heavens. Those people are talking about the missiles.
Right.
Even
Because Joel, that's Joel, right? Joel looked at the missiles coming, and to him it looked like a great army of soldiers coming and not stopping, you know? Go ahead.
it says, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devours.
Because when the kingdom, after the missiles hit, when the kingdom is established, the kingdom is going to be forever. We're never going to see, there ain't going to be no need for no goddamn missiles, man. All right, go ahead.
The prophecy said we'll be burning them for 7 years, right?
Yep, that's right.
We'll burn all those weapons for 7 years. That's in Ezekiel, which means a complete amount of time.
Until we get rid of until we get rid of the waste.
Yeah.
Because when the missiles drop, there's going to be a lot of waste. There's going to be a lot of toxins in the air. Because it tells you that the smoke of its torment of Babylon is going to go up forever and ever, meaning a long time, man.
That's right.
Y'all remember when the World Trade Center went down, right? And we were right here the week, well, about a month after we came down, and we drove past it. Remember the classic picture where the buildings were like that? We actually went past it, man, and you saw a whole lot of people praying, candles and all that. And then maybe like a month or two later, the smoke was still going up. It was about maybe 3 months before the smoke stopped. They had to let the smoke, so that went up for a long time. So can you imagine America being bombarded by 2 million missiles? Huh? And destroying this place? How long is the smoke going to go up? For a long time.
Is it 200 million or
2 million. 200,000 is 2 million.
Yeah,
That's why he said that the Lord is coming back with 2 million angels. The angels are talking about the missiles. All right?
And they took a picture from satellite of the Trade Center being on fire, and they showed the smoke. It's a satellite picture. You see a white cloud. That was the smoke. From, you know, because Esau's got those satellites about 150 miles above the earth, and they take pictures. And the reason why Esau got that out there is it just escaped me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
to fight against Yahushua.
Yeah.
But really,
Also
but it's really for us. Some satellites, Esau does things for us.
Also to show it just came back to me. Also to show the America being destroyed to the other people of the world. See, those satellites are going to show satellite pictures of America being destroyed. That's that prophecy in Revelation
18.
where it says they stood afar off and weeping. Right.
Because it's going to be televised on news, and they're going to be saying, you know how they was talking, they were so solemn when the World Trade Center went down, and anytime they had a newscast, he had his head down, this is a terrible day. trying to fuck. Well, that's how they're going to do when America's going. We'll have Europe, what is it, Euro News and BBC. This is the worst tragedy that we have.